Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today it is going to be an informative video for all of you, and today we are going to talk about time under tension and why it is so important for you to perform each and every movement with correct posture, and why it is important for you to try and spend at least 45 to 50 seconds doing each and every movement. So here I am starting with the warm up, and for that I started with cat and camel because today we are going to do deadlift and we are going to do squats. So it becomes very important for you to warm up your lower back, and this is probably one of the best movements that you can do for your lower back. You just need to do it for 30 to 40 seconds, and the second movement that I'm performing here is called your donkey kicks. Your glutes are engaged here and your lower back is also engaged here. So what is important here is to try and hold up for at least 1 second where you squeeze your glute and your lower back. It becomes very important to warm up your glutes also properly, because only then you'll be able to hit the depth in your squat. The next movement here is your simple bridges. A lot of people complain about lower back soreness and lower back pain, and you can include these movements. You don't even have to come to the gym. Just at your place at home, you can just put one mat and then perform these movements for 30 to 40 seconds. Each movement you can do probably 2 to 3 rounds. And the next movement is another important movement before you start doing your squat and your deadlift. It is called your good mornings. So you start with your feet hip width and you bend your knees soft. You try and push your hip back. Your hamstrings are also involved here. Your lower back is involved. So try and perform this movement also before you start squatting or before you start deadlifting. Okay, today's whole point is going to be to try and spend more time doing the movements, and I've recorded only the last set, so it got a little challenging by then for me. And obviously before squatting you got to just do few bodyweight squats. So here I'm performing few bodyweight squats before hitting the main workout. Try and do at least 15 to 20 reps. You can do 2 to 3 sets. That should be more than enough. Now coming to our today's main movement, squat. This is my last round, and what is important here is the way I was warming up to the way I'm performing my last rep or my last round remains the same. It is identical. You start with your feet shoulder width, point your toes out, try and go all the way down. Okay, do not half squat. This is one of the most common mistakes that people make while squatting, is they just go till their knees and then try and come up. Okay, if you do not have any knee issues or lower back issues, then I think you need to go all the way down. Hold at the bottom for at least 1 second. Because I cannot go heavy with the squats because of my knee, I am trying to hold at the bottom for 1 second. As you can see, I think I got 8 to 9 reps, but all the 8 to 9 reps look identical, which is very important. Obviously the fatigue had kicked in, so I might have taken a little longer time, but the reps looked identical. Now moving on to deadlift, one of the most common weightlifting movements that people perform. There is no point absolutely loading up the barbell and trying to go really heavy and just dropping the weights on the floor. You will just end up breaking the gym floor and nothing else will happen. There might be a couple of people looking at you, but in their head they are just abusing you. Okay, so what you need to make sure is your form is correct. You try and do time under tension. So just perform the movements very slow, pull the weight all the way up and control the weight when you are taking it down. As you can see, my emphasis was to try and keep the barbell as close as possible. So at the top I was just telling myself that I need to drop the weight slow and try and keep the barbell as close as possible, and that is exactly why I was taking a little longer time to perform the reps. I got about 8 to 10 reps, but I took almost a minute to perform these reps, and it had got really difficult and really challenging by the end of it. Okay, so do try this out. Okay, deadlift and squats, very bad combination. The weight is not heavy at all. 15 kg each side bumper plates and 20 kg barbell, so it is total 50 kilos. But when you give importance to form and जब आप movement को control करते हो rather than the movement controlling you, it becomes very difficult and it becomes very challenging. तो जैसे कि आपने देखा, while I was squatting, I was going all the way down. It is called your A to G, ass to grass squat, and that is how you should squat, where you go all the way down, hold for 1 second and try and come up. मैं 110 किलो का squat भी कर सकता हूँ, but today even 50 kilo I was finding it difficult. Right now my knee is not feeling that great, and that is why I'm going very light. But this also became very challenging for me when I was trying to control the movement. So try and go down, hold at least for 1 second at the bottom and then try and come up.